What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, if you see something that you like here, please don't forget to subscribe at some point during this video. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So this is one I've been meaning to do a full review, a more in-depth look on for quite a while now. It's been featured in several videos, but now it's time to get more in-depth on Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. Stay tuned. So, as usual, we'll start off taking a look at the presentation. So as you can see, it's the standard light blue box. It does have that felt feel to it. Nothing on the sides. Nothing on the top. Batch code information, barcode on the bottom. Fragrance info on the back. And in regards to this bottle, it's the standard light blue mold. Does have the frosted glass, only this time around it is a light blue juice on the inside instead of a clear juice like with the original. It does say Eau Intense pour Homme at the top. Same cap. Batch code sticker on the bottom. Size and concentration. It's an eau de parfum concentration. Nothing on the back. It does click into place. And then does have a decent atomizer. Puts out the right amount of juice. Nothing fantastic. But now in regards to this bottle, the box is very distinct by having that felt that the light blue line is known for, and Dolce & Gabbana in general, because Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme has the same thing going, just a different color. The frosted glass, the color of the juice, this cap is iconic at this point because so many bottles of Dolce & Gabbana light blue and Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme have been sold. I mean, this is a flanker of a flanker, so there's so many of these bottles. But they are iconic bottles. They do look really good, in my opinion. So for that, I'm going to give the presentation an 8 out of 10. Now, this was released in 2017. It's classified as a woody aquatic. I'll put the notes right there for you. So in the opening, you're going to get the original. You're absolutely going to smell this bad boy right here. So this is the original. You see the difference in the color of the caps. It's not, in the air, it's not as salty as the original. On my skin, I do get a bit of salty C notes for sure. In the opening, it's a strong blast. Get the citruses, I get plenty of juniper. And then, like I said, I get a lot of salty C notes off of my skin. It smells better in the air than it does directly off of my skin. And that's the real selling point with this juice, is it smells better in the trail than it does sniffing directly off of your skin. So once that transition hits, the citruses and that heavy salt that I get on my skin in the opening calms down. After about 15 minutes, this one calms down because it's a very strong opening. It can be off-putting to some. And it stays relatively linear from opening to transition to dry down. It doesn't really change a whole lot aside from that amberwood starting to come up more. It does have more of a woody quality than a heavy ambroxan quality, but the ambroxan is indeed present in here. It attributes to that sharpness, I'm sure, but it definitely does have an ambroxan smell, more so in that transitional phase and early dry down. And then, like I said, you just maintain that light, salty C-note quality from start to finish. The citruses tend to burn off as time goes on. It's not a, like I said, it doesn't change a whole lot. What you see, what you smell is what you get. The opening's just very powerful, very potent, can be a little too much for some. I know for me, the first time I smelled it, I was like, wow, this is terrible. I like the original way better than this. Because I didn't really give it a chance. I smelled it on a test strip in a department store and walked away from it. And then, as over time, I gave it more of an opportunity, sprayed on skin, walked around, gave it time to, I guess you could say develop, because it doesn't really develop. It's mainly letting that opening calm down. And when you walk by people, it's a compliment machine. People love the way this smells. This is a great fragrance for garnering some attention. I mean, not everybody you walk by is going to say anything, obviously. But to people that feel the need, that it just smells that good to them, they're going to say something. This garners a lot of compliments. It's a fantastic fragrance for this time of year. It's a performer for this time of year, but we'll get into the performance in a minute. So the scent on this one, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Like I said, that opening can be off-putting for some. Not every person's going to want this. Not everybody's going to like this. But there's a lot of people that do like it, and there's a lot of people that wear it on a regular basis. I know for me, and for my nose, the scent is a 7.5 out of 10 on O Intense. Now, in the longevity category, everybody's skin chemistry is different. This still performs just like a batch did back in 2017, as far as I know. I get great performance on this one. I get in the 7 to 8, even 9 hours sometimes, but consistently in that 8-hour range in longevity until it really falls off of a cliff and becomes a faint skin scent. So for that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 in longevity. Projection. So it's no slouch in projection. In that first hour and a half, you're not filling a room, but you're beyond arm's length for sure. You have some outreach with this in that first hour and a half. Like I said, the opening is very powerful. That first 30 minutes, people all around you can smell from 10 feet out. You know, if there's a light breeze or a ceiling fan going inside or something like that, people are going to smell you very easily with this one. So in that first 2 hours, it goes from relatively heavy on down to moderate, then stays moderate to low for the rest of the duration. You know, you do get wafts of this. This is very ozonic. Even though it's not really touted for being ozonic, I find it to be very ozonic. Really wafts in the air very easy. It's a lighter compound than the opening would make you think. So for that, I'm going to give the projection an 8 out of 10. Overall, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue O Intense Pour Homme is definitely an 8 out of 10 fragrance. This is kind of a must-have for summer, really and truly. Do I like it more than the original? Well, yes and no. I like the performance of this one more. I like the smell of the original more. I know some people are off-put by that salty pepperiness in the opening of this one, and they prefer this one. I get that, but to me, this was a foundational fragrance for me. This changed the way I looked at a lot of fragrances because I fell in love with this when this came out in the early mid-2000s. I think Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is a timeless classic, and I'm glad they still make it. Yeah, it doesn't perform as well as it used to. It used to perform kind of like this one did, but it's still a great fragrance. But this is just a powerhouse compared to the original. Is it redundant to have both? In an essence, it can be, but you can have both and use them for different things. Because I still wear this one when I don't need the performance, when I just want to have this scent smell good, enjoy what I'm smelling on myself, and I'm cool with, you know, 4 or 5 hours, 3 hours to 5 hours for a lot of people. I get more in that 4 to 5 hour range. I still have uses for this one. But Light Blue O Intense, if I was to make a recommendation, I would say go ahead and grab this one. There's still a lot of people that wear the original because their girl loves the way it smells on them. Compliment factor is high on Light Blue from Dolce & Gabbana. And the O Intense, same thing. And until next time, guys, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of you already have this? How many of you still swear by the original? Because I know there's a lot of people, former coworkers I had when I was in San Antonio at the Toyota store I was working at. They ordered this while I was there. The Mercedes store I used to work at. Taught one former coworker of mine about Fragrance Net, and he ordered a big bottle of that because he was running low. A lot of people still wear the original. A lot of people need to jump on the O Intense bandwagon if they love the original. And until next time, I will say if you get either one, especially O Intense, and give it a spray now, pretty good chance you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.